Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be a chit chatty kind of update video. Definitely get comfortable because I'm going to be talking about this going on in the background in a second, and then just discuss reading challenges for next year, what's going on for the end of the year, that kind of fun stuff. But definitely get comfortable. I'm wearing PJs, like velvet PJs. I'm obsessed, and I have some tea, so definitely grab something because this is going to be a long one. So. Oh, and by the way, if you see the microphone, it shouldn't be, but I might move things around a little bit. It's because I'm trying to stay really close to it because this is such an empty room at the moment that there might be some echo. I will be working on the angle, the lighting, the sound in the upcoming weeks. You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit, but I think we're all very excited about all of this, so it's okay. So I have all your questions on my phone, so we're gonna go through them. First off, let me show you my phone case. This is from Casetify. I'm absolutely obsessed. How beautiful is this? You can't tell what my favorite color is at all. But thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring this video. If you don't know, they have a website where they sell these gorgeous but incredibly solid phone cases. I dropped my phone a lot more than I care to admit. Actually, when I was building these, it happened one too many times. But this is such a protective phone case. I'm gonna show you how shock-proof they are. So I'm 5'5" to give you an idea. So I'm gonna put it like 6 feet-ish, and I'm gonna drop it. And you can see, it's all good. No cracks, everything. I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. Super pretty. You can tell on the side they even have these protective plastic corners. But yes, this is the first one I chose. As you can tell, it looks almost like a Van Gogh painting. Very artistic. I really like it. So these are the ones I was able to choose. Look how adorable this one is. Love it. And then you can also personalize them, which I thought was really cool. I'm pretty basic, so I just put my name, but you can write whatever you want on there. And you can also install little accessories if you want. That way I won't lose my phone all the time. They also collaborate with a bunch of different artists. Actually, on their website, I noticed that they have collaborated with Blackpink, which I'm absolutely a fan. So if you are interested, you can check that out too. I'll link all the information in the description box. If you are interested, you can get 15% off on your first order. So once again, thank you to Casetify for sponsoring this video. So now I will go ahead and answer your questions. Actually, first off, room tour. I think this is what we all really want. You can tell a little bit in the background how things are looking, but I'm so excited. This isn't finished, okay? So like before I show close-ups, let's be nice. This is my first DIY ever. I am not handy. My dad has helped me. He's also really not handy, but you know, still, merci papa. So the caulking has not been put with the crown molding, but I now have a personal vendetta against crown molding. Anyone that has ever had to do any probably understand, but I bought a saw on Facebook Marketplace. Let me show you. Never thought owning a saw would be something so fun. Cutting stuff is really fun, but we would cut them and eventually figure out how it works because it's surprisingly complicated. And then they would look beautiful in the garage. And then we would bring them upstairs here and nothing works. Nothing is straight. I had established that on Patreon. You could tell that the middle of the room and the side close to the wall, not the same height. Everything is crooked. Doesn't help that I have popcorn ceiling. So don't judge the cracks because again, I'm just going to put a ton of caulking and hope for the best. And hopefully everyone is nice on the internet. But yes, let's do a room tour. I need to decide where I'm going to put which books because I don't know if this video is going to go up before or after my reorganizing my bookshelves. Either way, I'm very open to reorganizing them multiple times because gotta make it perfect. So this is the behind the scene. This is what the room looks like now. We're going to do a little mini tour because this is a temporary reading chair. I'm waiting. Oh, I left that open. There you go. This is a temporary reading chair. It will be replaced with the one I have ordered. I still need to do a lot of the caulking. I haven't replaced the drapes. We're just gonna ignore them. But yes, this is what the crown moldings look like. This one doesn't look too bad, but this one is bad. Look at this. Zoom. There you go. Focus. This one is not good. We're gonna pretend it doesn't exist. But these two, I think, will be fantasy. I feel like that would be a pretty good background. You know, all the Brandon Sanderson and everything, and maybe it will convince me to read more fantasy again. And then the middle one, the two middle ones, I think it might be sci-fi. How do we feel about that? this could be pretty good. And this is the background of the Billy bookshelves. They're not meant to be in the middle of nowhere, but I tried to fix it as much as possible. The only thing that isn't really possible to do much about is this crack, which is meant for the backing. I tried to paint it. It doesn't work. So I think that when I put books on here, we're just not going to see it. Maybe one day I'll be able to put books on both sides. That could be even better. But yes, this is what it looks like. I will be putting caulking. I'm so nervous to show everyone, but yes, this is it. And then we have these three. So feel free to give me some recommendation, really. But I'm thinking maybe classics in this one, and then I would have space for like hauls and unhauls at the bottom to keep for, you know, the unhaul videos. And then these two, I'm thinking maybe like murder, mystery, thriller, horror in one. And then I would have nonfiction, contemporary, historical fiction, everything I don't own a lot of, and then nonfiction. Or should I do, maybe the nonfiction I could put half-half, like the sciencey ones and the non-sciencey ones. Let me know. I will have to like visually see what it looks like, but this is what it looks like from close. Not perfect looking. I mean, it is my first DIY, and like I said, it needs touch up and like caulking and everything, but this is what this one will look like. And the desk is a mess right now because all of these fell off. I need to like fix it. I did get the little blue tack, so we're going to fix that soon. And this will be another background that I can record in. And then sometimes to switch it up, I might turn this around and put it in here so we could have the background like that and have the desk in front of me. Will be looking very nice, I think. But yes, that's the unofficial room tour. So now that we know a little bit more about the room, one question that I got a ton of is, will I be doing the rest of the house? Yes, 100%. We're going to do room by room. Although, I still need like probably a good 2 weeks of this one, but the other ones I'm going to start to do 2 of the bedrooms at the same time because it needs to happen. I'm very stressed because I thought the books would be in pile in my bedroom. Let me show you. I thought that was going to last 2 weeks and it's been 2 months and I cannot deal anymore. But I also want to start posting beauty videos again and I need that room to be done. So we're just going to do both at the same time. Pure chaos. I mean, we're already here right now. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I will be flip-flopping between the 2 of them. My bedroom is such a mess because the books are there and I've also sold my 2 dressers. So my clothes are just in piles and boxes or in hangers in this closet because I don't have access to the other closet because of the books. So like pure chaos, pure chaos. The beauty room is, again, I shoved all my stuff that were in my now bedroom in there because that's now the beauty room and nothing is ready. I need to like get it together so I can start doing beauty videos again and then just have a bedroom I can relax in because right now not feeling relaxed. But yes, I love that someone commented about played The Sims and everything. I wish I had access to that again. I loved The Sims and I would totally do my whole house like that. Is it safe to share that on the internet? The whole house? I don't know. But I would, because it maybe would help me to like visually see. I'm definitely a visual person. But yes, the 2 next room, my bedroom, the beauty room, and then we're going to do the rest of the house room by room. It will probably take me much longer than I expect because I'm realizing that now. Again, I have been humbled. But I also want to do like even my kitchen next year. That will be the big room next year because I want to paint the walls, the cabinets, and change the counter. I'm going to need to put money aside for that because I have like brown laminate counters. I covered them with like contact paper because they were that ugly. But I've been wanting to do the change ever since I moved 3 years ago. It's been 3 years exactly. So yes, that's on the list. Next year, the kitchen. It's going to be one of the biggest steps. One room at a time. Well, not quite actually. But like room by room, I will be doing them and then doing like before, after. It just, even this one, like what you saw was the unofficial tour because I still feel like I want knickknacks and decor pieces, but I don't want to buy things just for the sake of it. So I feel like the official tour might be like in a year, you know, because I'll have accumulated everything I want. Like even the reading chair is not there yet, right? So one thing at a time though. Do you ever feel pressure to read a certain number of books every month? When I started BookTube, yes. I told myself, like, I feel like it would be a boring month if I didn't read, like, I don't know, like 5 books. I feel like that's what I remember telling myself. That's a minimum. And, like, over time, I kind of stopped worrying about it because usually it's not a problem. Even when I have been on and off in reading slumps, it hasn't been that much of a problem due to audiobooks. They're definitely helpful for slumps, at least for me. I think the least amount of books I've read in a month was like 2 or 3 when I had just moved actually here. Chaos, right? So otherwise, I haven't had to really think about it. It just has happened naturally. Now, like, I've been on BookTube for like 6 years, so it's just a habit to read pretty much every day. So not anymore, but at first, definitely. And then there's also the pressure, like, do I feel the pressure to read whatever people are reading? Again, less now. I'm kind of doing my own thing, but it's tempting sometimes to read something that is popular. And like, business-wise, like, if I wanted my BookTube channel to become more popular, I could definitely do clickbaity things, but I don't necessarily want to do things just for the sake of doing it or them. Like, I've never read any Colleen Hoover because, let's be real, I'm not gonna like it. Although part of me is like, maybe I would surprise myself and like it, but like, probably not. And it can be fun to like hate read a book, but I have to be in a very specific mood. So like, I'm not completely closed off to the idea of doing things like that, but it's not something that I want to do regularly, even though it would be very clickbaity, very click-worthy. It would be popular. But yeah. So yes, sometimes you have a bit of pressure to read whatever everyone is reading, but it's like the same way you do, you know? Like, you want to read something that's popular because the hype is getting to you. Same thing for me, obviously. Would you ever do collabs with other YouTubers? I would love to. I would love to do them in person, if possible. So I feel like I need to wait until the world has calmed down a little bit and until my life has calmed down, because frankly, I have been so stressed lately because I have too many things going on, like work, and then having to, filming videos, reading the books for the videos, and then this has added a lot of stress. I'm renovating, so like every bit of free time I feel like I'm doing something already. So I don't have time to do as much as I want to, especially since I want to do beauty videos again. And I'm also dealing with health issues, which we'll talk about that in a second, but hopefully we'll be getting surgery soon, and that would be one thing off my shoulders. That would be great, because again, I want to do beauty videos and I want to keep renovating. So I feel like I just don't have a lot of free time, or like I'm not spending my free time doing these things, at least not yet, but hopefully I will. Okay, so many people asking me about when are you getting a cat, because I said I was going to hopefully this year, but I didn't mention I was waiting for surgery, which hasn't happened yet, and I wanted to be further into the renovations because I don't want the poor cats to be stuck dealing with me renovating, like the dust, the paint. So maybe next year. I feel like I keep pushing it back. I really want cats. Ideally, I would have 2 cats and a small dog. That would be my dream. But for now, I am befriending all the neighborhood cats, which I have some clips, some new kitty friends, because I'm excited. As you might remember, I had Mr. Mustache, one of my neighbor's cat, who would come and chill in my house for hours. He just made this his house. Unfortunately, he passed away. So I've been trying to convince any of the cats to become my friend. I have not been successful. Like the black kitty that I include in some vlogs, she's really cute, but she's really skittish. She barely lets me touch her. But in the last 2 weeks, I've made 2 new kitty friends. Well, one of them, this one, like the little tigery looking one, she came by 3 times, let me pet her 3 times. She's now very friendly. I open the door and she runs to get pets. So nice. I'm happy about it. She even tried to sneak inside my house, but that's not happening. We're not friends yet. You can't do that. Because I don't want to close the door behind her, you know? We need to be closer first. But yes, she's adorable. Very happy about that. And then very recently, I met this other kitty. I call him, I don't know why, I think it's a him, a little cow, because he kind of looks like a great little cow. Very cute, super pretty green eyes. The edits of the clips are going to be very choppy because I don't know what happened, but he has like a chunk at the base of his tail that is missing, and I don't want to put that on the internet. I don't want to gross out anyone, but yes, he's so cute, super friendly too. Hopefully his owner brought him to the vet, but he didn't seem to be in pain because he let me pet him. But 2 new friends, very happy. Hopefully I will be seeing them more often, and I think she will let me grab her, like actually cuddle her. She seemed very friendly, so not quite the same as getting a cat, but we'll take it. Speaking of rating challenges, I wanted to know which ones you would be the most interested in. I need to do like my videos announcing how this year it went and now next year, the ones I want to do. Because this year I did the classic. Every 2 months on Patreon, we were picking up a big classic and reading it. Right now we're reading The Three Musketeers, if you're interested. And I need to make the list and make you vote on Patreon for which ones you want to also read next year. Because I have a list. But I want to keep reading more classics. Like I said, I want to continue the continuing series challenge because I have been dreading it all year. Literally, but I think I'm taking it as a sign that like it's because I need to do it more. Luckily, or unluckily actually, I've finished a lot of the ones. I only had one left. So I feel like now I have a bunch that I've only read the first book. So I feel like it's going to be harder, but I think that if I don't limit myself and force myself to not start any, I might be able to like binge read some like I used to finish series, like read the first, second, third in a row. Why do I not do that anymore? So we're hoping that 2023, we can do that. That would be nice. I just want to be at a point where I don't overthink it anymore because I feel like I started too many and it makes me stressed. And instead of just doing it, I'm paralyzed. I feel like there's a name for that. But so we're fixing that next year because I kind of wanted to do other challenges too, like doing again my big book reading challenge where I was reading a big book over 500 pages every month. But I feel like in general, I'm not really scared of big books anymore. And I feel like the series one kind of is that too because a lot of these are big. So we're going to stick to the series, I think, next year. I think that's a good idea. Otherwise, I'm planning on doing a challenge about all the unread books on my shelf. Like my read it or unhaul it. We're going to do on and off throughout the year, a yearly one. I'm very excited. I'm still like finalizing the rules in my head. And I'm gonna make a giant jar. I did get a giant jar actually. I went to the dollar store and they only had cookie jars. I needed something see-through because you'll see. But they had this jar, which was not $1 by the way, it was $4.25. But I will be filling it with all the books that I haven't read on my shelf. And we're gonna make a challenge throughout the year, which very excited, slightly nervous, but I think this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be good for me. Otherwise, I do want to still do like little challenges that I do once in a while, but definitely let me in the comment section if there's any other challenges that you think I should be doing. Am I forgetting some? Ooh, the Goodreads one. Okay, I technically said I wasn't doing it this year, but I'm still gonna do the award show at the end because I've read enough accidentally. And I know Goodreads is about to start doing the nominees again this year, so let me know if you would want me to do it again officially next year. Because I hesitate because as much fun as it is to do my own award show the following year when I've had time to read a bunch of nominees, it's not very successful in the sense that I tend to hate a lot of them. Specifically mystery thriller. I think this year I have read like 12 of the 20 nominees, but I think there's only 3 that I liked. That's not a good average. That's not a good average. So that's why I said I wasn't going to do it, but I kind of did it anyway, accidentally. So I don't know if I should do it, but probably. Would I get bangs again? Okay, I desperately need a haircut. If you saw the clip where I dropped the phone, you definitely saw my hair. It is way too long. I'm desperate to go and get it cut, but I don't have a hairdresser. The only one that last time did an okay job is like 45 minutes away from here at this point. So I'm not gonna go do that. But I feel like half the time, at least, I hate my hair when I get it cut. So now I'm scared to do it. So I'm tempted to do it myself. Which said out loud sounds like a really bad idea, but it's so long that like, even if I messed up, like I can easily cut this couple inches myself. And if I mess up, I can go back and someone else can cut more inches and it's fine, you know? So I might do that myself. And I would get bangs again, but I liked my bangs more when I cut them than when I used to get them cut. So again, I feel like if I cut them myself, I would start pretty long with just a few pieces to frame my face and then, you know, decide what I do afterwards. So I'm tempted to do it again. It just, I remember them being so high maintenance. I didn't realize how bad it was going to be because I would feel like my bangs would look good like 5 days a month. And I'm pretty low maintenance with my hair. Like I'll curl it and make it pretty, but like I don't want to have to blow dry it. That's what I don't like, but you have to. As soon as you're out of the shower, I had to blow dry my bangs. Otherwise they were really annoying because my hair is not like this naturally. My hair is like really wavy. So, and like poofy. So I needed to blow dry them ASAP. And I am not about that life at all. So I want to, I might one day late at night to record myself cutting my hair, and maybe I'll do bangs too. Let me know if you want to see this. How do you like or dislike doing the library renovations? Okay, real talk. If you asked me that 2 weeks ago, I would have said how much I hated it, because it's been so much harder than I expected. So much harder than I expected. Like, I keep joking that it's been humbling because it looks so easy and so quick when other people do it on social media. Not quite when you do it, sadly. So especially the crown molding, which you saw in the intro room tour, I didn't realize how complicated it was going to be. It looks good from afar, but I feel from up close you can tell it wasn't done professionally, and I'm probably being too hard on myself. I feel like, again, if you ask me in 2 weeks, I'll be like, no, everything is good. It's just, I think I'm still in the moment. I'm not fully done, so I don't know. Like I said, humbling, because I think I'm going to be very happy in the future. Once the books are on there, I think I will be distracted from every little mistake. I feel like in the moment, like, I'm looking at everything from up close, but I think once my house starts feeling like a home, I'll be very happy about all the decoration and renovations. Would I ever do YouTube full time, whether it's books or beauty or both? If I were to do it full time, I would do both, guaranteed. I think that would be a lot more realistic, but I don't know. I feel like I like the idea of it because I would finally not feel stressed and like I'm always rushing, and like, I know it doesn't look like it, but to me, I always feel like I'm just juggling too many things, which I think I am, but it would be nice to not feel like that. And I feel like I could actually work on improving my editing, improving everything, my thumbnails, which I know suck, but I will work on it. But yes, not feeling so stressed would be nice. And I feel like I would be able to improve everything if I did it full time. But at the same time, I'm worried because first off, it's not very stable. And I mean, with the cost of living right now, I think we can all agree things are a little cuckoo. And like, I'm waiting for surgery. I'll have to take time off. If I have complication, it could be, you know, it could take a long time, and I'm doing renovations. So I've been doing sponsored videos because I need it. So I don't know how I would feel if this was my sole income. I feel like that's stressful if you are single too. Like, if you're married, it's a different story. So I have no one to rely on. Like, I can't ask my dad for money. So like, if I don't make enough, I don't know. Plus, there's also the fact that I feel like people always talk about the fact that sometimes YouTubers, when they start doing it full time, they become like out of touch. And I would be worried. Like, I don't want people to feel like that about me. I don't want to be like that. Although, to be fair, I think personality plays a big role into it. I think it would take a lot for me to become like that. Plus, the people in my life would just bring me back to reality hard. So I don't think it would be necessarily a problem. So overall, I'm not opposed to the idea, but I feel like things would need to be like very stable for me to be comfortable doing it. So I understand the appeal. I just don't know if it's the right thing for me. At least at the moment, I don't see myself doing it like that. I've been in survival mode. I just want to get my surgery and then we can think about other things. Plus, it would be nice to be able to like actually show you more of what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm always rushing. So I would be able to do more like personal videos and just show more personality, and it would be nice in theory. Since I love sci-fi books, do I also like sci-fi movies? Yes. I always joke that my favorite movie is About Time, which is like sci-fi-ish. Like, it's a baby sci-fi book, you know? Movie. And I am shocked every time that so many people have not seen it in person, at least. On this channel, I've mentioned it a couple times that I love that movie. Will make you cry, guaranteed. So it's kind of sci-fi, but I like all the classic sci-fi, like Interstellar. I feel like that's always everyone's favorite sci-fi book. Movie. But I also like to find like less popular ones, especially if they have a trope that I like. So I used to be obsessed with like people reliving their day or their lives over and over again. And I really liked, is it called Triangle? That was a weird one. Pretty messed up, but I really liked it. Or just sci-fi in general that you might not have heard. Is it Cube or The Cube? That was a weird one too. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I feel like when I do my video about time loops with books, I should do a version with movies and TV shows because I've watched a ton because I love it. But again, I haven't had a lot of free time lately, so I haven't been watching a lot of movies. So again, just general recommendation. Actually, some people were asking me for recommendation for K-dramas because I used to watch a ton of them because my friend was obsessed and we watched them together, and she moved because she's a trader. But she sends me recommendations so we can still talk about them. I haven't had a time to watch a lot of them, like I said, but I can give you her recommendations. She just gave me the recommendation Love Struck in the City, so I'm going to start watching it tonight. I'm very excited. She also said May I Help You, I think she said she liked. And she was shocked that I have never seen these, I think they're Japanese anime, Kiki Delivery Service. She was horrified that I haven't watched that. And I believe some of you also mentioned that one in my comment section. So those are some of the ones that I will be watching soon if you are into K-drama. Question about how many books I own. Okay, once I do my reorganizing my bookshelves, which for me is happening any day now, for you, you might have, I don't know if it's going to be up before or after this. I'm going to do a video about all my unread books. So if you have any questions for that, like percentages and stuff, I will be doing that. Let me know in the comment section if you have more than that. But I will be doing how many unread books I own versus read, and we're going to talk about all of that. So I will tell you soon, but last time I had counted, I was about 700, but I've also unhauled books and then bought more, so I'm not sure, but it's probably around 750, maybe? I don't know. It's not quite 1,000 yet. I think it's considered a library when you have 1,000, so soon, hopefully in 2023. Maybe not, maybe 2024. You guys are so nice to me. Honestly, I'm feeling really, really grateful that the last 2 years have been so rough for me because of my health issues. I've been trying to hide it, to be honest, and I feel like I did a pretty good job. But I was really miserable, like really, really miserable, and this channel kept me so sane. I couldn't do both channels, that's why I had to stop the beauty one. But you guys have been nothing but nice to me, and I'm feeling so grateful. Like, so many of you are like, oh, I feel like we're friends, and I'm like, it makes me want to do more videos and like share more of my life. And again, I'm hoping I'm gonna start being able to do that more. Actually, okay, in the upcoming vlogs, I will need to decorate for Christmas once the books are on the shelf, first off. And I got, you know what, I'm gonna show you because why not? Okay, I'm way too excited. IKEA has these candles that are battery operated. So I bought a bunch of like rechargeable batteries, and I'm gonna be putting them on the ceiling because it's popcorn ceiling. It's already ugly, and I bought like everything that I need, a little ficelle string. There you go. I wanted to do it originally for Halloween, but I bought them just before, and I wasn't done with this, but it's still Christmassy. So when I decorate for Christmas, I'll put the Christmas tree on the other side, and then I'll put these on the ceiling. I'm hoping it's gonna look good. If it doesn't, I'm still just gonna leave them there anyway. But I feel like it's gonna look so like moody. I like it, the idea in my head, so hopefully. So you can see me struggle with this. Yes, so you have that to look forward to. I feel like the more I decorate the house, the more you're gonna see some behind the scene and like see more, and I'll feel more comfortable showing you things around because it will finally feel like me, like my house. So it's gonna feel more like you're chilling with me than like, I mean, it still feels like that, but like, I wanna do more. When you were young, how did you imagine your life at the age that you are now? Honestly, I thought I would have a PhD, be married, and have kids. I definitely don't have a PhD. I don't want kids, and I'm not even sure I want to get married. So nothing like my life right now. Someone asked if I got my trash can bag. Okay, it was my recycling bin. So the gossip is, for anyone that missed it in a vlog, I mentioned that one of my neighbors stole my recycling bin. This is my life as an adult now. Because there's a number on the side of it. That's why I noticed. Plus the top was completely broken. And I was so confused what happened until I noticed that the number was not mine. I haven't had the chance to go and check if they stole mine, but I put an alarm on my phone the next recycling bin day, which should happen before this video goes up. I will go and check if they stole mine, like if they have mine. Because I'm pretty sure mine also had my address on it. And I called the city, explained the situation. I was not about to go and deal with crazy people that steal recycling bins instead of exchanging it through the city. So they replaced it for free. They replaced the top. I still have their address actually on it, so I need to like paint my address on it. But like, what is wrong with people? So yes, I will hopefully have an answer before this video goes up, and I'll let you know on the screen or in the comment section what happened. Did they steal my recycling bin? And it's not an accident for anyone that, once again, didn't see the vlog, because they're like 5 to 10 houses down. How? Why? I don't understand. So I'll let you know the next update in the recycling bin saga soon. But like, isn't that the most confusing thing? Okay, last but certainly not least, people were asking me what's going on with my health. So I've kind of alluded to it a little bit, but I kept it for last because it is long and weird. It's like continuation of what I've already told you. So I mentioned I'm waiting for surgery, but I'm gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist, so bear with me. I want to put the disclaimer beforehand that I am very pro the pill. Great invention, fantastic for so many people, and it's like a big chunk, important portion of the feminist movement. I'm not against it. I want to put it out there because this isn't that kind of video. But did you know, you know it's going to be a good one whenever you start with that, but did you know that when you take hormones, like the pill, you can develop new intolerances and or allergies? Which, like, it's a thing. I mean, it makes sense. Hormones affect everything, including immune system or digestive system. So like, okay. But it's weird. This is the second time it has happened to me. And I know there's a genetic component because other women in my family also react really badly to the pill. But years ago, I was taking the combined pills, so like estrogen, progesterone, and it took a couple years, but I started like feeling worse and worse, and it took forever to figure out that that was the issue. But by the end, I was really intolerant to a bunch of food. Food was just out of me. It was not fun. And when I stopped 3 to 6 months later, no more food intolerances, I was doing great. So I decided I'm just not going to take it anymore because clearly it doesn't work for me. And last year, I had to go back on it because I finally saw a gynecologist a year after being in horrible pelvic pain, which is what I've been dealing with. And it turns out I have an ovarian cyst and possibly endometriosis. I'm going to get surgery. We're going to figure it out. And I had 3 options. 1, take nothing and just wait for the surgery. Didn't sound appealing. Option number 2, take progesterone only pill, which is what I did. Or option number 3, I don't remember the name of the medicine, but it's basically like artificial menopause, which I'm like a little young for that. So I went with option number 2 and I took that pill. The good news is that within 6 months, about 6 months, all my pain was gone. So grateful, so grateful. I was in so much pain, honestly. I don't even know how I didn't. Anyway, so that's great. Unfortunately, I started feeling unwell. So I went to see my doctor. It was like really vague symptoms, like really bad brain fog. Like I felt almost drunk. And I noticed that sometimes I would eat and I would almost feel anxious. Like my heart was beating fast and I just was feeling unwell. And I noticed that if I like ate breakfast later, I felt better. So I went to see him, tried to see if we could do some tests, figure it out. And he's the one that told me, like, didn't you have food issues with the other pill? I'm like, yes. So I had 2 options according to him. One was to stop the pill, which I tried, and I skipped one night, and by the next morning I had some of the pain back, and I cannot do that ever again. So no, not an option. And the other option was to try to cut some food and like reintroduce them and see what I'm reacting to. So that's what I've been doing. And I found 2 things so far. The brain fog, I figured out pretty quickly, which great, but unfortunately it's dairy. So no more cheese for Emily. I'm very sad about it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to reintroduce it if the surgery is successful and I can stop the pill, but yeah, no dairy. The second one is why we're having this conversation. I'm hoping maybe someone has heard of that, but I feel insane, honestly. Turns out that I was feeling anxious because my throat was closing off. Which you might be wondering, why did you not notice? I mean, if you're feeling like that all the time, it's a lot harder than if you're feeling okay and then test it, you know? But turns out that I am now allergic to nuts. Actually, let me be very precise. My throat doesn't fully close off. My throat just feels tight and I can't breathe through my nose. Like I feel like over here it blocks. I have to breathe through my mouth until the antihistamine work. Which, why did it take an hour to work? This is very inconvenient. And it's, so far, I haven't tested all the nuts because quite frankly it freaks me out a little bit. but specifically it's macadamia nuts. Because this summer, I bought myself a giant bag from Costco. Splurge, you know, treat yourself. And I was eating some pretty much every day while I was waiting for my coffee to cool down. It was my little treat. Which let me look how much I've eaten. Like, no wonder I feel horrible. They're delicious. And I was eating just a little bit because they're expensive. But yeah, I tested it the other day, and within 15 minutes, I was like, huh, my throat is feeling very tight. So I took antihistamine, and it got worse until the pill finally started working. But like, how am I now allergic to nuts? Hopefully it's not all the nuts, because I'm gonna have to test them now just so I can avoid them if I can't have them. And like, I know technically you can develop allergies at any moment, anytime. Like, you could be eating a banana every day, and then one day, anaphylactic shock, you can't eat them anymore. So like, it could be just that randomly, although the chances are not very high considering that it would be my second time with the pills. So like, I am very confused. So right now, my best case scenario is that I get surgery very soon. It goes super well and I can stop the pill and the allergy goes away. But I feel like a conspiracy theorist every time I mention this because it sounds so ridiculous. But yeah, apparently I was poisoning myself every day. So no wonder I felt tired. I need to go see my doctor for him to decide if I need to buy an EpiPen or not, just in case. Like, what if my reaction becomes stronger over time? I guess it depends when I get surgery. If I get a call soon, I wouldn't need it. But yeah, that's my update for my health. I'm waiting for surgery. I'm feeling good. No pain, and if I avoid the food that I can't eat, I'm good. But I still need to test more things, and hopefully that's it. So yeah, I'm really excited that this is about to be completely done and stable. I'm hoping to be able to start filming some videos for the end of the year. I mean, in 1 month, that's when I usually start posting my best and worst of the year, because I never have time to read in December because I'm posting so many videos. But Goodreads is about to, you know, start their Choice Award. I have all my like, most anticipated releases of 2023. So I'm really glad that I will have like a stable background. So this is going to be it for my little Chatty update video. Definitely looking forward to all the things I've said that are coming up. Hopefully things become more stable once these are done. After the caulking, I think I will feel so much better, and I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.